Welcome to Paper Cut Crafts. Today we have two cards. I am using some retired designer paper with this. I have a few sheets left, but it did originally come as a bundle with the stamp set I am using, and it is current. So I am using the Mint Macaron cardstock as well as the So Saffron and the snail to attach this cardstock to the back. And I am also I have this cut down to a rectangle, just a regular rectangle cut down with my little trimmer. And I'm using the stamp set Love What You Do. I'm using the flowers just as a background to make my own. And I'm just stamping this around the edge since I am going to put a piece on the front. Once I have that done, I have this piece cut out. This is done with the stitched rectangular dies. And I'm using this main flower just right in the center. Then I will come back in with the matching marker and I will color in that flower and then attach it all together. I am going to be using the dimensionals to put this fret mat on, as well as snail for the other piece. As you can see from the background of that mat on the top, I did end up actually pulling it off and redoing it. It just blended in too much to the background, so I added a mat behind it to give it a little bit more definition and to match the background of the main card. And as I said before, I am going to color it in. I wanted to make sure that if I colored it with this matching marker that it wouldn't wash out the stamped image since it is the same color. But when I tested it, it looked pretty good, so I went ahead and colored it. As you can see on my desk, I had pulled out a bunch of different embellishments to try. I didn't really have anything that matched the color, nor did I have something that I really felt fit the card, so I ended up pulling out my sequins, and they fit perfectly with what I was trying to do with this card. So this is the finished card. Thank you for watching, and we will move on to the next one. I am using the same retired DSP as well as the same Love What You Do stamp set for this card, just a different layout. And I'm also using the stitched oval die from the Stitch Shapes die set. In addition to using the Mint Macaron, I am also using Grapefruit Grove, both as the cardstock and in the ink. And this, I think, gives a nice background color and a highlight to the Mint Macaron. And now I'm going to assemble the rest of the card. So I'm going to take the base and my first mat, and I'm just using the snail to attach that. Just very straightforward with about a 1/8 inch all the way around. After I have this attached, I am going to use the DSP. This is one piece that I've cut part way down, a little over halfway from the top, and I'm using one side for the top and then flipping it over and using the opposite side for the bottom, just to give a fun little effect with the different colors. This too has about a 1 inch or 1 inch, an eighth of an inch border around it, and then I just line up that cut edge. Since I did measure it to fit, it should fit just nicely. Now this is just some whisper white that I've cut into a little strip to act kind of like a belt along that seam between the two different sides of the DSP. And I'm just using the snail as well to stick that down. Once I have that down, I'm going to take my stamped image and I'm going to attach that to the front of the card, up a little bit up from center, and I'm also going to use some dimensionals for that. As I was laying it down, I realized that it kind of blended in a little more than I would like. So I cut it again using the oval stitch dies, but one die smaller. And then I use the bigger one to nest it to make a mat with the Mint Macron cardstock. Mats are always fun. I had a friend a long time ago, she used to say you can never go wrong with layers. So if you're in doubt, add layers. And one final touch, it's always fun to have some bling. So these are pearls that I am just adding to the white belt, and maybe one to the flower. Just a nice little detail, add some pop to it. And here is my finished card. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Happy stamping!